What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Had to tap into this one now. So, over the last week or two or so, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard and got word of the Cincinnati fight. That brawl that happened in Cincinnati with basically a white female, white male. They getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? Basically getting beat up. The thing was, it started from the white guy. Oh, so it looks, so what was going on? I guess it was a fight. A little fight was about to happen. You had a couple of black dudes that was trying to break it up, because I guess it was. Let's talk turkey here. So what you had here, these white people, they weren't average white people, they were Russians. What I've come to see over time is Russians think they're superior over black people. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest. Let's just be honest. They have I don't know what they think, because in their country, the black people that come over there, they're from Africa, and they can pretty much just do them any kind of way, kind of seems like to me. The black people that's over there in Russia, they know better than to get out of line over there, because it's curtains, you know what I'm saying? And they can do like they do with them over there, you know what I'm saying? But America, it's built different. The history is different, you know what I'm saying? We didn't flee to someone else's country and kissing their foot. You know what I'm saying? When you come here, you come into our country. You know what I'm saying? And we be damned if we kiss your foot or you don't respect what's going on. So what you see in the fight, what you see in the video is the Russian dude being cocky, with one of the black dudes who didn't do anything, who was sitting there talking with him, face to face, and all you see is the Russian dude reach out and smack him in the face. I mean, and after that, it was pretty much all she wrote. I mean, I can just only imagine how it must have pissed that person off, and maybe the people that was with him, because when things go down like that, that slap was unwarranted. It was unnecessary. When black people, black Americans, when we trying to talk something out, we mean it. You know what I'm saying? If we're trying to talk something out with you as a human being, an adult, man to man, that's what we really mean. You know what I'm saying? We're not, we can easily slug off on you and all that, but if you see that video, they were just talking. Then the Russian dude, I guess he just can't accept standing face to face with a black dude, you know what I'm saying, with respect and talking. He just couldn't do that, so he smacks him like he probably would have done one of those, foreigners in Russia, and probably nothing much would have happened. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the Russians probably would have come along and beat the black dude up or something like that. Because the African, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We a different breed, man. We built on fighting white people over here against their negativity and their evil. So when that happened, what you mean they don't know no better? Obviously, them Russians don't know no better how that triggers black people over here in America, because of the history of their evil. I mean, it's still going on. I guess they must have saw some stuff on TV or something, thinking that it's sweet. Thinking just a little slick stuff they seen people get away with some black people. A lot of them be foreigners too that be letting all these white people do all this stuff. They must have thought it was black Americans or something that was letting it slide or something. They must have thought it was just sweet. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect us watching that stuff watching those little selective videos on social media. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I really rock. Yeah, you might get something that slick a forgiving black person, and that's wrong there. They don't deserve to be forgiving no white people who done sit there and harmed them, but I guess that's what they're used to seeing and dealing with. And now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. And now they had to find out the hard way. But if you see how he just smacked them, it's like, you don't do nobody like that. Yeah, so yeah, them, you know, wrong is wrong, hot dog. And if the person that you didn't do something to don't get you, somebody will, and that's what happened. A couple of them got him, you know, because, I mean, what you mean? Yeah, you know, and then, you know, there was another white person or two that tried to get off in it and stuff like that. You know, he got hit up too. And then his girlfriend, or whatever she was, come out there. I don't know what she thought she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing and stuff like that, putting her hands on people. You getting that work too. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about us. You gonna learn. You gonna learn a lesson, buddy. Oh, you got us way twisted. Any of you got us way twisted, man. And so that's been on social media. It went viral and everything. And now you got white people turning red in the face, getting red as a tomato, sitting up here mad because what they saw was two white people. Getting, well, they seen, some black people, defending themselves against white people. You know, and, basically defending themselves against white people's stupidity, negativity, and evil. And, you know, with the mindset that they operate off of, a lot of it is just stupid and stupidity. Yeah, and got dumped around like some dummies, you know what I'm saying, with all that stupid stuff, man. So, yeah, now the white people, you know, when it comes to America now, man, see, that's the thing about it, too. Not everybody's even white anymore. Well, now you got foreigners who's kissing white people butt and going out their way to do it just to be able to claim white. And they're, they shouldn't have beat them up that bad. They brutal and violent thugs. And all that. When the doggone foreigner, the one that started, the wannabe buck foreigner started it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it too. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, really, when it comes to white people, you can't trust them with America. All that, man, America my foot when it comes to them. Black Americans are the only ones that stand on American business. You know what I'm saying? We are the only ones, man, because at the drop of a hat, white people, it's not America with white people. It's white. That's what it is. It's white. That's all it is. It's not America. It's white. You know what I'm saying? They could care less if they will throw America under the bus for all they really care. Let's be honest. They scream all the American flag and all. Yeah, right, man. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? The black Americans on American soil defending, you know, on American soil against some cocky, drunk, idiot foreigners who got taught a lesson, actually, and got dealt with the way that Americans should deal with foreigners. That's being disrespectful. But these people aren't American. You can sit here, you got Mexicans all on American soil, right, waving Mexican flags. And at any moment, if they thought the Mexican cartel could beat U.S. soldiers, they'd be all for it. How American is that? You got white people at any drop of a dime, black American citizens going against white foreigners who's not, you know, real deal, who's not American citizens. What they do, they turn their back on America, off the code of whiteness. Then you got Chinese people here who's, I love America, yeah, and as soon as something happens or whatever, you guys are waving your foreign flags and hoping that your foreign country can defeat America. The same with these Iranians, Arabs, you know, Africans, They always, oh, if something happened, we can go back to Africa. And Jamaicans, oh, son, not crap. But no, let's be honest. This is what America has become. You know what I'm saying? Really, a whole bunch of disloyal Benedict Arnold, traitor, imposter, like they're really for America. So you got a bunch of foreigners who's really for their foreign country, and then you got the white people here who's just really all about whiteness. It's not about no America, it's about whiteness. Yes, when it comes to America, it's all about what black Americans built that they benefit off of that makes them say America, America. But when it comes down to it, white. Black Americans, on the other hand, everything for us is America, where we do everything in America, where we spend our money in America, where we create in America, where we defend America. We the only ones, let's be honest, we are the only ones who stand on American business. White people, like I say, they'll sell America out in a minute. Look how many foreigners are here. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Look how many foreigners here. They sitting up here talking about foreigners, but they're the ones who sitting here and inviting them over to spite black Americans. That's all this was. That's all it was. And for the sake of racism, white people will let any and everything crash out. They don't care. Like I say, man. And this is a prime example. This is the prime example. And so I could go on, and I've been going on, but what it is about today is that, so ever since that video has dropped, guess who, I think we all know, guess who gets arrested? They went to go and try to search and find any one of those black people that were in the film, in the video, you know, fighting with the guy and that woman. You know what I'm saying? So they went and arrested them for really defending themselves, defending the guy who got slapped. That's what that was. They were defending the guy that got slapped. I mean, because like I say, I mean, when you doing something so wrong, everybody ain't gonna just sit back and just let that slide, man. I don't care what y'all talking about. Oh, they shouldn't have done. They ain't really doing that. They just beat them up, roughed them up, and that was it. That's all it was, really. Yeah, they scuffed them, but yeah, hell, you couldn't have went anywhere and done that to nobody. You know? So, of course, being American and taking up for America, they arrested the black Americans, and not one of the Russians, not one of the foreigners have been arrested. In fact, they've been throwing a pity party for the Russian lady, putting her all on TikTok and social media with a black eye, talking about some thank you to everyone and let me know that humanity is still alive, all that old nonsense, knowing that they're pure devil in them. Her husband, her boyfriend, whatever it was, she didn't stop him from the slapping and all that stuff. Why, that's the thing about it. Why? Well, y'all didn't have good intentions. And if the black guy would have let it slide, would nothing happen. Would nothing have happened. Nothing have happened. Everybody, the white people would have been happy. They'd have been in the comments, yeah, and all this and that. And nothing would have happened. And if they would have kept beating up the black guys, still nothing would have happened. But so that's what they did. You got her sitting up here giving her a pity party. She needs to be arrested too, actually. But so what, if nothing else, for the sake of humanity, as white people just don't take accountability and just feel like it's not necessary to treat black Americans. One thing about it, and I don't even want to say the F word, because white people don't believe in the F word, fair. They play around with that word. They joke around with that word. They this is fair. They turn around and use it in just demonizing ways to justify their racism and hate. It's just that it's pointless even. But anyway, they don't want to treat black American, act like they don't want to treat the black Americans, like regular people, basically. You know, they can't let go of the blackness part. That's what I say. They're just so. Really, any other group of people could do anything right now because these old idiot whites be so just dazzled with being racist to black people and focusing on the black Americans. It's just idiotic and stupid of them. But like I said, that's how that woman was in a store in Target 10 hours stealing. Because they probably sitting up there watching the black people all the whole time. That's what every black person that's going out buying a t-shirt, you know, or electric appliance, sitting up here watching them actually just literally legit paying for it and walking out the store while this lady's raking it in. I saw another video where this Mexican looking nurse or something was stealing a whole bunch of stuff, and then when she was walking out the door, she walked right next to this black dude, so when the thing go off, they could tackle him. It just so happened to be somebody, I guess they were non-black, that had a little bit of sense to them and realized it was her, and they got her, you know, and then she had a whole bunch of stuff, man. Anyway, so they what black Cincinnati, well, what the Cincinnati leaders are at least at calling for that makes sense is to arrest the doggone Russian who slapped a black dude. Wouldn't, I mean, hold on, why are we sitting here arresting these people for defending the guy who got slapped? Oh yeah, he got slapped. Who get slapped by the Russian? So this is the American service white people, which is, like I say, now they've screwed America to the point where it's hard to find pure Americans, and white people, they're hypocrites. They're just two-faced. They're, you know, they're full of cap. All that American cap, they're full of cap. A lot of them are really from Germany, and they got foreign ancestry. Let's be honest, from Germany, Irish, Ireland, Poland, all this old foreign nonsense. That's where a lot of these people are really from. Not just legit Americans like that. Their parents migrated here. Thing is, with them being considered lily white, well, you know, they could get away with anything, and that's what they're trying to do with these little funky Russians that pulled that nonsense off. So what they're trying to do is at least get that little funky Russian dude arrested for slapping somebody. I mean, you don't do that. How he getting away and they're sitting up here boo-hooing for him after what he done started, really. He didn't have to slap that dude. Look at the video. And they hope they do not try to punish them black people worth the dang on, because, heck, well, and if so, yeah, I hope them boys in Cincinnati stay on this. Don't let that doggone Russian foreigner get away with that, and then he's sitting there scot-free somewhere. And then, like I say, throwing a boo-hoo party for them doggone criminal foreigners that's coming over. Man, say, like I said, man, I don't respect none of you talking about all this American stuff. You're full of it. You turn your back at it when this, you know, when it come down to it, because black Americans are real deal citizens, pushed and fought and built everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're not so. Even Trump, let's give it up. Even Trump's, you know what I'm saying, speak on, you know, black Americans and, you know, what we have done and what we mean to this country. You know what I'm saying? So let's, you know, come on now. But if you going against that, you're not American. That's just what it is. You're not American, man. And yeah, the history is what the history is, and it ain't no taking nothing away from it. We got to stand on that and accept it, and that's what it is. But you hate, you sitting up here turning against what's American and the American people for some foreigners just because they're white. And boo-hooing, oh, he didn't have to do anything. Nah, that bald-headed foreigner needs to be arrested. Y'all could kiss my foot, man. That's on the real. He needs to be arrested. And whatever charges they got, he should get too. Because he, you know, he's the one that ignited the fire. Let's be honest. He ignited the fire. They was standing there talking. He ignited the fire. So yeah, of course, just like these old idiots don't want to do right until we speak upon something, and we pushing for this. Just see it. That's the thing about it. It's not the thing of. The only thing that these idiots got a problem with is that black people defending themselves against white people and not letting them push them around and slap them around. That's the main thing. Just like with the Carmelo Anthony thing. I mean, the same type of stuff. Them boys didn't have no business messing with him. They did. Black dude, did what he did. Made an impact by off of what he did too. And that's what they don't like. They want to be able to do what they do without us getting any kind of justice, any kind of get back or nothing. So I salute them dudes. I salute all them people in Cincinnati for standing up to them foreigners. Screw you, hypocritical, acting like you're American. No, you're not. Get out of it. You ain't know. You're from Poland or Ireland and Italy, Italian, all that old no. Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear you leeches talk about nothing American, man. Because we're the ones that get it out the mud in America. We know the streets, the soil, and everything like y'all don't. So I ain't trying to hear it, man, from none of you cappers who's just over here benefiting. Screw you. But yeah, man, I definitely think them clowns, both of those clowns need to be arrested. If they gonna arrest all them, them black people for defending the guy who got smacked, I think the like I say, the idiot woman and that idiot imbecile Russian foreign, both of them Russian foreigners, they both need to be arrested. Simple as that. But yeah, man, I could go on and on, of course, but that's my take on it. They are calling for that dude to get arrested, rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's not like this dude had, like he was sitting up there, and laughing and talking with them, and then somebody just out the blue just start beating him up for no reason. That makes sense. Okay, well then, hey, why did they do that? Just clearly show why they did it, though. It was a reason. He ignited a fight by slapping somebody in the face. Come on. I mean, he wasn't no small dude either, But I guess, being in Russia, he just idiotic to thinking that it was going to play like that here. No, black Americans, we are different. We are nothing like any other blacks on this planet. Some of them other ones might have let you do it. Not all, but some of them. I'm just saying, I've seen enough of them. So, but yeah, man, like I say, man, that's my take. They started it. They deserve what happened. What you thought was going to happen. You don't expect nothing less than something like that to happen. You mess with black Americans, let's be honest. I mean, but yeah, that's my take on it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. I mean, should they arrest that Russian dude for slapping him? I think so. Heck yeah. Like, why? See, that's what I'm saying. Why, when these white people, because let's just be honest, I could call them Russians all day, but it's not all even about that. They're white. They want to let let these white people just do whatever, and he's walking around scot-free, while the other one's facing repercussions for defending the person who got slapped by the Russian. Come on, by the white person. I hope they keep their foot on the gas until they get that clown, man. Because this is why stuff like this keeps happening, race-wise. These white people walking around in places and coming up behind black people, all staring and pointing out and trying to take pictures. I saw one where this white woman sitting up here taking a photo of this black lady who was near her and then sending it in a text to somebody. Doing all this old just antagonizing crap. you're getting what you deserve, and it's gonna keep happening. No matter the Trump ain't gonna say actually. And we ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? Love him. I salute everything he doing, but hey, it ain't matter who's boy. We ain't taking none of that from nobody, fool. And that's as real as it gets. That's as real as it gets, man. So, I had to speak on it. Like I say, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. It's another one over here, Game Chopping TV, man. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we are chopping this game over here, man.